a ton of competitions, awards, even some medals. See what we won in the YouTube video, and we had so much fun at the Southeastern Journalism Conference. Woo! So we left the university and now we're on our way. We just got to Mississippi State. We're here. And we got into the hotel. It was actually really, really pretty there. When we got inside, there's tons of people from other universities, literally from across Southeast. Like, look how many people there are. It's so many. And so we decided we wanted to walk to the library because part of my event, my competition was there. And I had to go say hi to the Bulldog statue. So we got to the museum, music museum. It was really cool and we saw a ton of stuff, like different historical things. And for my competition, I had to see how young Southerners viewed the blues, and this museum was great to get B-roll because it was about a bunch of different historical music and it had a bunch of blues things. And after that, we decided to go back to the hotel because we had dinner reservations at this really cool burger joint. And we're on our way walking to the burger joint. It was only like a 10-minute walk from the hotel. The menu had a great selection. We had a hard time picking out what we wanted, and I ended up getting the breakfast burger because I love eggs on my burger and it had bacon on it. I don't know, I just love burgers like that. And I had a Caesar salad for the side, and I tried it and oh my goodness, it was amazing. And next was student social time at Dave's Dark Horse Tavern. And we got to have some really good food, and there's some live music from multiple artists. And I actually interviewed the person playing now. He plays blues music, so I interviewed him about the blues, and he had amazing things to say. And his playing and singing were both really, really good. Everybody was complimenting him on him, and people were even nodding their head and clapping, and he sang some really good songs, really good old songs. And then I ended the night editing the interviews I got for my package. Okay, it is now day 2 and I'm doing my makeup in the morning because I want it to look nice. Okay, final look, and I went downstairs to grab breakfast. It was actually really good. And then after that, we drove to the orientation. Today we went to panels, so after orientation and after the speakers, we were going to split up into groups and to go to different panels. And the first one I went to was a YouTube panel where I learned a bunch of cool stuff, and some of it I am applying to this video. Well, I manage the YouTube channel, so I couldn't not come to this panel. It was actually really informative, and he talked about like a bunch of different ways to utilize YouTube and how to become a better YouTuber. And I actually really enjoyed this panel and I learned a lot. Next, I went to this place called the Doghouse to get B-roll for my video, and then it was lunchtime, so I went over to this food court area where everybody else was, and they had quite a few options, so I got myself Panda Express. I got orange chicken and noodles. And then after that, I went back to the Doghouse to work on my video. And the next panel I went to was Gen Z in the field, and they talked about what it was like to be a younger person in the industry. They shared their experiences with their first job out of college, and they also gave us some tips and tricks. And the next panel I went to was all about newsroom culture, and it featured speakers from The Hill and the New York Times. It was cool to see professionals who have been here for years to talk about experiences in the newsroom. Now it's time for my anchor competition. I met some really cool people who have actually had anchor experience, but it's okay, they gave us time to review the script, so I spent time trying to memorize as much as I could, and this newsroom was honestly super cool. And this was my entry.
1.
That's all for this evening. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Good job. Thank you, ma'am.
And then it was time for dinner and Best of the South awards, where we actually did really good and won a bunch of awards. And Jacob won Best News Writer. The Crimson White tied for first on Best Newspaper. And look, that's them going up and receiving their award. So both Alice and 1956 submitted magazines, and the university won 3rd place Best Magazine, and here's all of us just celebrating all the awards we won, and I'm so proud. It is our last day, and it's the on-site competition awards. But first, we got breakfast, and they served a bunch. I loved the chocolate croissants they had. They were super good, and the fruit, I love fruit so much. And then we got to hear from another guest speaker that was one of the speakers from the newsroom panel. And then we got straight into the on-site competition awards. And our very own Alice contributor, Lorena Morris, won 3rd place Best PR. Hannah Grace Mayfield won 2nd place Best Portraits, and her portrait of a family was so good. And then she went to win 1st place Best Sports Photography. Wow, and that's just amazing. And that's them posing with their medal and pins. And after that, we just went outside and we took a group photo. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to win more awards next year.
So like girly, and then like the phones and the phone charms and stuff.
Your charm matches your necklace, and it's so precious.
I
made it too. I
can't
can't stop. I can't.
She's like a queen.